I live in the South, and we call it
the Bible Belt.
It's the Bible Belt.
The Bible Belt because
See a couple different churches on that one street. People that aren't from this area come here and they're just bewildered at how many churches there are and how many religious people are in this area.
I think sometimes that here we have more churches than people.
It's very conservative. It's actually popular here to be religious.
Like for example, on campus, people will give you Bibles because in France they will give you some like flyers to strike.
Here, it's much easier to count people who are not religious because there is so not many of them.
It's something very unique to this area.
It is one of the most religious places in the whole world.
a lot of people say they're religious because it's how they were raised.
I was raised very religious.
They're raised that way.
Raised.
It's brought up.
It's a completely different education.
It's scary to think of living somewhere or growing up not believing in him. We feel like that's kind of dangerous.
When you grow up and someone tells you like this is how being like this is what you have to be accepted or like to be, you know, a good person, you're going to do it. And a lot of times it's just habit, it's a tradition.
Traditional. Tradition.
People here sometimes don't like to look deep in.
They just believe in it because they were told to. They don't question it.
That they are just following rules, conventional rules that had been established before.
And it's what they think, you know, is acceptable by society. So I would hope that everyone that says they're religious are religious because, like, in their heart, like, they truly believe in stuff. But personally, I don't think that's true. I think people are religious because it's what they're supposed to be.
You see young people who go to church on Sundays the night before, they've been out drinking, which they say is wrong. They have premarital sex.
Human beings, we are showing a face that we want that society see about us, that society think that we are good persons because we are religious. But in the other hand, like back to the curtains, we are doing what we really want to do. That is most of the times against religions.
It's like they choose to be religious only whenever they want to be, whenever they need something.
They're more lenient on those values than they are other ones like homosexuality or abortion. Those for some reason are perceived worse. Those aren't acceptable.
They've been really ignorant to even their own religion sometimes.
I feel like a lot of people in church are a bit fake in themselves, and when they walk into a church, they become very holy and less sinful, whatever, and they walk outside the church and they go back to their sins.
Here, everyone should know that you're religious and that you love God. Here, people actually always talk about religion. Like, you can always find something about Jesus, like notebooks or plates on the cars, like Jesus loves you, which I never seen in my life before. Here, when they go to church, it's actually like social event kinda.
I think you can believe in your own faith, talk to your God, one-on-one. Church is not necessary, but I don't believe that we have to conform to the church.
I think that the purpose of religion is to kind of maybe conform people. I think that was a way of controlling people.
We can see that it's part of the system, political system.
I have friends that are so religious they take the Bible literally. They won't even speak to someone that's homosexual. They won't want to talk about abortion.
I think it has a huge effect on politics here with laws towards abortion, towards same-sex marriage.
The president will swear on the Bible.
Religion and state, in a metaphor, would be like two people who got a divorce but then decided just to continue living with each other. In America, you find that they intertwine, like, all the time. There's no place for religion in politics because that shouldn't sway our, government. That should sway our personal lives.
It might be a culture thing, but it's also, faith.
You have to have faith to believe in God because a lot of things can't be scientifically proven. Just like the non-existence of a God can't be scientifically proven. It's really about how you look at it.